My name is Ethan Rowe. I'm 25 years old, and if I'm being honest, my life had already hit rock bottom before I found the ad. I was broke, completely broke. My mom was sick, late-stage cancer, and the medical bills were eating me alive. I worked part-time at a gas station, barely scraping together enough for food, let alone chemo sessions. One night, I was sitting in my roach-infested apartment, staring at my cracked laptop screen, wondering if I should sell the thing just to cover rent. That's when I saw it. The ad. Park Ranger wanted. No experience necessary. $5,000 every 2 weeks. Housing provided. Apply now. It felt like a scam, a setup. But at that point, I didn't care if I had to deal drugs or haul corpses. $5,000 every 2 weeks was salvation. I clicked apply. 2 days later, I got a phone call. A deep voice, calm but oddly distorted, asked me one question. Do you need the job badly enough to never quit? I said yes, and that was it. I was hired. The first day, they sent me an old truck and GPS coordinates. I drove 5 hours into the wilderness until the dirt road twisted into nothing but shadowy trees. That's where I found the outpost. A decrepit ranger station with a lantern glowing in the window. Inside, an older man in a mud-stained uniform sat at the desk. His name tag read, Harris. He didn't smile, didn't shake my hand. He just shoved a thick, crumpled paper at me. This is your rule list, he muttered. Follow them, and you'll live long enough to get paid. Break them, and you'll wish you were dead. The paper was yellowed, smudged with what looked like blood. My stomach twisted as I read. Rules for Rangers of Black Pines National Park. Never leave your cabin between 12:01 a.m. and 4 a.m. If you hear knocking on the door during this time, do not answer. No one you want to see is knocking. Do not look directly into the tree line after sunset. If you accidentally make eye contact, immediately close your eyes and count to 30 out loud. If the voice you hear while counting is not your own, pray it loses interest. If you hear a woman crying in the woods, ignore it. No woman is in need of help here. At exactly 3:15 a.m., you may hear scratching on your window. Do not look. Do not move. Do not breathe loudly. By 3:17 a.m., it will be gone. If you see a tall man in a ranger uniform who looks identical to you, do not speak to him. Do not run. Stand completely still until he disappears. The lake is off limits after dark. If you see lights on the water, do not approach. They are not boats. Always carry the whistle around your neck. If you feel someone following you, blow it once. If footsteps grow closer, blow twice. If they do not stop, run and don't look back. Never accept food or drink from visitors. If you do, you will be stuck here forever. When the siren goes off, lock yourself in the cabin's basement. Do not open the door until it has been silent for at least 10 minutes. If you survive until sunrise, write your name in the logbook. If your name isn't there by 6 a.m. sharp, we will assume you are dead. I looked up at Harris, half expecting him to laugh, but he wasn't joking. His eyes were empty, hollow. You'll start tonight, he said. Good luck, kid. You'll need it. Night 1. At first, it was quiet. The woods were still, the air thick with pine and damp soil. I sat in the ranger cabin, clutching my flashlight and staring at the clock as it crept toward midnight. 12:03 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. I froze. Someone or something was at the door. The rules. Never answer after 12:01. The knocking grew louder, faster, until it sounded like a fist pounding the wood. My chest burned with every slam. Then came the voice. Ethan, it's your mother. Please, open the door. I need you." My blood turned to ice. My mom was 3 states away, hooked up to machines. I shut my eyes and shoved my hands over my ears, whispering, "It's not real! It's not real! It's not real!" Finally, the knocking stopped. Night 2. This time, I patrolled the edge of the woods with a lantern. The sky bled into night, stars hidden behind heavy clouds. That's when I heard it, soft crying, a woman's voice echoing between the trees. "Help me! Please, somebody!" My gut twisted. It sounded so real. I almost stepped forward before the rules slammed back into my head. No woman is in need of help here. The crying grew louder, closer, almost angry. My hands shook as I gripped the whistle around my neck. Finally, it turned into guttural, animalistic screeches that rattled the branches. I bolted back to the cabin, heart pounding out of my chest. Night 3. At exactly 3:15 a.m., the scratching began, a long, slow drag of nails against glass. My window shivered under the weight of it. I lay frozen on my bunk, holding my breath until my lungs screamed. 2 minutes felt like hours. At 3:17, the scratching stopped. But when I rolled over, I realized something. There were fingerprints on the inside of the glass. The double. It wasn't until my 5th night that I broke a rule. I was doing rounds when I spotted movement. A tall figure in a ranger uniform stood in the clearing back to me. I thought it was Harris at first, until it turned. It was me. Every detail, down to the scar on my eyebrow from when I fell off my bike as a kid. He smiled, slow and wide, and started walking toward me. I froze. The rules. Do not speak. Do not run. Stand still. But I couldn't. I panicked. I whispered, "What the fuck?" His face twisted. His jaw unhinged like a snake, stretching open until skin tore. His teeth, too many teeth, gleamed in the dark. It lunged. I ran. Branches tore at my arms, my legs. I blew the whistle once. The footsteps grew closer. I blew twice, still closer. I didn't dare look back. Finally, I dove headfirst into the cabin and slammed the door. The thing hit it a second later, hard enough to rattle the frame. It didn't stop until sunrise. The siren. Last night was the worst yet. At 2:40 a.m., a siren wailed through the park. Low at first, then bone-shakingly loud. The rules. Lock yourself in the basement. I grabbed the lantern and sprinted downstairs, barricading the door behind me. For 10 minutes, the siren screamed. Then it stopped. I waited. Something began scratching the door. Then came voices, dozens of them. They whispered my name, laughed, cried, begged. And then they screamed. The sound was inhuman, deafening, until my ears rang with blood. I pressed myself into the corner, praying for sunrise. At 6 a.m., silence. I crept upstairs, hands shaking, and opened the logbook to write my name. But Harris's name wasn't there. The truth, I haven't seen Harris since. The cabin feels emptier, the woods louder. And now, every night I hear 2 sets of footsteps outside my door. One heavy, one matching my own. I don't know how long I'll survive. I don't know if the money is even real, but I have no choice. My mom needs it. If you ever see the ad, don't apply. Don't make the mistake I did. Because in Black Pines National Park, the monsters aren't just in the woods. They're waiting for you.